Welcome to the day in the life of an A-level student who is trying to balance his school life with his running life. I wake up at 6:25 a.m. and the first thing I do is practice my driving theory test for roughly about 10 minutes. I then had a bath and then afterwards I then had breakfast, which was some sliced up fruit. The fruit was cut into small pieces because with the addition of my braces, if I was to bite into anything bigger than the size of a golf ball, then I would be receiving a one-way ticket to the orthodontist. For the second part of my breakfast, I then had some porridge. As I had a free this morning, the second the sun was out, I went out for my run. But I am not even joking, guys. It was -1 degrees this morning, so I was less than enthusiastic to get out there. I had a tough hill session yesterday, so this morning was a nice and steady paced run. Despite it feeling like I was running through the Siberian forest, I felt spectacular this morning and I very much enjoyed that run. After my run, I needed to refill with energy, so I had a few snacks including Skips crisps, cherry yogurt, a homemade cake, strawberry jelly, a homemade breakfast bar, and toast with peanut butter. With my belly stuffed, I then commuted the 3 kilometers to school on bike for my first and only lesson of the day, Sport B-Tech. So, if you're watching, don't worry, I didn't take this video during the lesson. As I had a lesson cancelled last, I could cycle home for my lunch. I wanted to cook something warm because by now my hands were tomato red. With that being said, for lunch I had some noodles, soup and toasted tiger bread. I spent the vast majority of the afternoon doing some English language homework, but not too long afterwards I was editing YouTube videos. Just before dinner I did some strength and conditioning for about 20 minutes, which mainly involved stretching, but I also used the foam roller too. For dinner I got both the carbohydrates and protein in with this very delicious chicken curry. Not as nutritious but just as delicious. For dessert I had this lovely trifle. This evening I would re-embark with the Arctic cold because I went to watch Woodbridge under 18 versus Framingham under 18s. Recently on Thursday nights I've been doing the match reporting for Woodbridge Town, and what I do is I write the notes on my notepad and then in the morning I will turn the notes into a match report. When I got home I was pretty peckish, so I had some strawberry milkshake alongside some porridge. It was cold and it was late, so I finished the day by the fireplace. And that day was a day in my life.